So students, in this video we are going to discuss about adrenal gland. So in previous video we have discussed about pituitary gland and the link will be given in the description box. So people who are interested, you can also watch that video. Okay, so now today let us discuss about adrenal gland, right? So adrenal gland, it is a gland which is present on the surface of the kidney, on the upper surface of the kidney. So let us say this is a kidney, and on the upper surface of the kidney the adrenal gland will be present. And we know that there are pair of kidneys in the human body, right? So there are two kidneys. So as there are two kidneys, two adrenal glands will be present. So one of the adrenal gland will be present on one of the kidney, and another adrenal gland will be present on another kidney, right? So totally there will be two adrenal glands which are present on the upper surface of the both kidneys, right? So what is this adrenal gland and how does it plays a major and vital role in the human endocrine system? Let us see now. So this is a kidney and this is the adrenal gland. I hope you got what is meant by adrenal gland and where it is located, right? So normally this adrenal gland are paired organs. Just now I have said you, right, there are pair of kidneys such that the adrenal gland will also be present in the pair form. So they are paired organs and they are flat and half moon shaped, right? So what is its shape? So its shape is flat and half moon shape. So it is embedded in adipose tissue and it contains two concentric layers. They are adrenal cortex and adrenal medulla. So in this video we are going to discuss about these two concentric layers in detail, right? So before discussing about these particular layers, firstly you have to see the structure of the adrenal gland in a horizontal section. For example, if you cut that adrenal gland, then the structure resembles in this way, right? So what I have said you, it contains two concentric layers, adrenal cortex and adrenal medulla, right? So if you see the structure, this is the structure of the adrenal gland, and here this adrenal cortex again contains three zones, right? So what are those three zones? Zona glomerulosa, zona fasciculata, zona reticularis. So these are the three layers which are present in the adrenal cortex, or these are the three zones which are present in the adrenal cortex, or else you can also say these are the three sublayers which are present in the adrenal cortex. So these three together constitutes to form the layer called as adrenal cortex. So whereas if you see the zona glomerulosa is the first layer which I have mentioned you here, and the zona fasciculata is the second layer which has been drawn with yellow color, and zona reticularis is the green color layer which I have drawn, right? So these three zones together constitutes to form this adrenal cortex. And now coming to the adrenal medulla, so this middle region which is present at the center is called as adrenal medulla. So now let us discuss about detail information about this all of these three layers, right? And what are the hormones which are secreted from this particular three layers. So each and everything will be discussed now. So firstly let us discuss about adrenal cortex. So I have said you that adrenal cortex contains three layers: zona glomerulosa, zona fasciculata and zona reticularis. So firstly let us discuss about zona glomerulosa, right? And the zona glomerulosa is present beneath the capsule, right? As if you see in the diagram you can understand. So this is the outer layer. The outer layer is called as capsule. This layer is called as capsule. So beneath this capsule, the layer called as zona glomerulosa is present. So if you see here, this layer is called as zona glomerulosa. It is present just beneath the capsule. So capsule is nothing but outer layer, outermost layer, and this this zona glomerulosa is just present beneath the capsule, and it occupies 15% space of the cortex, right? So as I have said you, the cortex contains three regions, and among these three regions the zona glomerulosa occupies 15% of space in the whole cortex region, right? And normally this zona glomerulosa contains columnar or pyramidal cells, right? So they are pyramid in structure and they are round and closely packed, right? And one of the most important thing which you people have to remember is that the hormones which are secreted by the zona glomerulosa zone is mineralocorticoids, right? So this is one of the major important thing which you people have to remember. So each of these three zones in the adrenal cortex layer will secrete different type of hormones. Now coming to this zona glomerulosa, it secretes mineralocorticoids. So now let us discuss about mineralocorticoids in detail. So as I have said you, this mineralocorticoids is secreted from the first zone of adrenal cortex called as zona glomerulosa of adrenal cortex, right? So this is one of the most important thing which you people have to remember. For example, if someone asks MCQs for you, then what are the hormones which are secreted by the zona glomerulosa of adrenal cortex, then you have to mention the mineralocorticoids. And mineralocorticoids are nothing but the steroid hormones. So what is the major function of these mineralocorticoids? It mainly helps a major and vital role in electrolyte hemostasis, right? It mainly helps in water balancing, right? It also balance the Na plus and K plus ion concentration. So one of the major important statement which you people have to remember here is mineralocorticoids stimulates the reabsorption of sodium plus ion and increases potassium excretion into the urine, right? Did you understand what is the concept here? So if you drink the water, then normally what is the function of the kidney? So it purifies the blood, right? And we know that in kidney the blood and water will get mixed. When you consume the water, then the kidney will purify that blood with the help of the water, where we all of us know that, right? So the reabsorption of Na plus ions will be taken, right? And then it increases the K plus ion excretion into the urine. So the potassium ions will be excreted in the form of urine, which is a waste form, right? And the purified form will be filtered in the blood such that the pure blood can be obtained, right? And what are the groups which are present in these mineralocorticoids? Aldosterone, deoxycorticosterone, corticosterone, 9-alpha, fluorocortisol, cortisol, cortisone. So these are the group of hormones which are secreted by this first layer or as a first zone called as zona glomerulosa from adrenal cortex, right? So these are just the groups which are classified under the basis of mineralocorticoids, right? So one of the major important thing which you people have to remember is that the zona glomerulosa layer will secrete these hormones called as mineralocorticoids. And if someone asks you deep questions, what are mineralocorticoids, then you can say that the mineralocorticoids are nothing but the steroid hormones which plays a major and vital role in electrolytic hemostasis. So the sub hormones which are present in these mineralocorticoids are aldosterone and all of these 6 hormones you have to mention there. So this is about the first layer called as zona glomerulosa, right? So now we have discussed about the zona glomerulosa. So now we are going to discuss about the second layer called as zona fasciculata, right? This yellow color region which is visible over in this diagram is called as zona fasciculata. So as I have mentioned you there in the diagram, this zona fasciculata is an intermediate zone. Intermediate zone in the sense, intermediate zone means if you see the diagram over here, right? So normally this is the first layer and this is the third layer. So between this is the intermediate layer. So what is that intermediate layer? Zona fasciculata, right? So here this yellow color region is called as zona fasciculata, which is called as intermediate zone, and it occupies 65% of the cortex region, right? So whereas if you see in the case of zona glomerulosa, it occupies only 15%, but this zona fasciculata will occupy 65% of the cortex region, whole cortex region. And the cytoplasm of this zona fasciculata contains lipid droplets. Cytoplasm is nothing but the space which is present in the area of this zone is called as cytoplasm, and in the cytoplasm the lipid droplets will be present. And normally the cells which are present in this zona fasciculata are polyhedral and binucleated cells. I mean each of the cell contains two nuclei. Okay, so singular is called as nucleus and plural is called as nuclei. So here it contains two nuclei, and those cells are called as spongiocytes. And the hormones which are secreted by the zona fasciculata are glucocorticoids. So these are the important things which you people have to remember. So what is the hormone which is secreted by the first layer, zona glomerulosa? Mineralocorticoids. But coming to the second layer, zona fasciculata, the hormones which are secreted are glucocorticoids. Right? So now let us discuss about this glucocorticoids in detail. So glucocorticoids are the hormones which are secreted by a zone called as zona fasciculata of adrenal cortex. Right? So this is a MCQ which you people have to remember. And the metabolism, and normally these glucocorticoids plays a major and vital role in the metabolism of carbohydrates, proteins and lipids, and it suppresses the immune response. So this immune response plays a major and vital role. Normally for immune response is nothing but it plays a major and vital role to protect your body, right? For example, if you take any type of viruses which enter into your body, this immune response plays a major and vital role. It recognizes that particular virus strains and starts releasing the particular antibodies to kill that virus which has been entered from the external environment into your body. So that is nothing but the immune response, right? You know about the antigen and antibody interaction, right? So if you don't know the basic idea about this antigen and antibody interaction, so the link will be provided in the description box. You can watch the video over there. So it suppresses the immune response. So it promotes the maturation of lungs and fetal development. So what are the sub hormones which contains in the classification of these glucocorticoids? Let us see. Cortisol, corticosterone, cortisone, prednisone, methylprednisone. So these are the group of hormones which comes under the classification of glucocorticoids. So this is about the second layer called as zona fasciculata. So what is the zona fasciculata? It is an intermediate zone which occupies 65% of the cortex region, and it secretes the hormone called as glucocorticoids. So now let us discuss about the third layer. So we have discussed about first layer called as zona glomerulosa. Second layer, this yellow color region which is second layer intermediate zone, is called as zona fasciculata, and now we are going to discuss about this third zone which I have mentioned with green color, right? It is visible, I think, you right. So this is called as zona reticularis. So now let us discuss about this zona reticularis. So zona reticularis, it is innermost layer, right? So as if you see in the diagram, you can understand it. It is innermost layer and it occupies 7% of space in the cortex, right? So it contains irregularly shaped cells which are called as pycnotic nuclei. So what are pycnotic nuclei actually? We know that the cells contain nuclei, right? So inside that nuclei, what will happen? The irreversible condensation of chromatin will be done, and that process of nuclei which has been formed are called as pycnotic nuclei, right? So there will be a brief explanation which I have to give you about this pycnotic nuclei. I will make another video such that you can clearly understand. So it also contains lipofuscin pigment granules. So lipofuscin pigment granules are nothing but it contains lipid containing granules, right? So normally it is yellow and brown in color, right? So normally the hormones which are secreted from the zona reticularis layer or a zona reticularis zone is androgens, right? Androgens. So this is one of the most important thing which you people have to remember. So till now we have discussed about the three layers. So what are those? First layer which I have explained you is zona glomerulosa, which secrete mineralocorticoids hormone. Coming to the second layer called as zona fasciculata, which secretes glucocorticoids. So coming to the third layer, zona reticularis, which secrete androgen hormone, right? So these are the three hormones which are secreted from the particular three zones of adrenal cortex. Now let us discuss about this androgen. So androgens can be seen in males as well as the females, right? So these are called as steroid hormones similar with testosterone. So the androgen as well as the testosterone plays a major and vital role which are similar, right? It performs similar functions. So it is also called as sex hormone. So normally I have explained you brief explanation on pituitary gland, right? So pituitary gland contains two regions, anterior pituitary gland and posterior pituitary gland, right? So pituitary gland will secrete ACTH hormone, right, which is called as adrenocorticotropic hormone. So this hormone plays a major and vital role in such a way that it stimulates the adrenal gland to secrete adrenal androgen hormone, right? Adrenal androgen is nothing but this androgen hormone which will be secreted from the zona reticularis zone of adrenal cortex region, right? So this ACTH hormone will stimulate this adrenal gland to secrete adrenal androgens. So by this you can understand how the adrenal androgens, how this androgen can be secreted from the zona reticularis. So how it is secreted? By using this ACTH hormone which is secreted from the pituitary gland, where it stimulates that adrenal gland to produce or else to secrete adrenal androgens hormone. So this is about adrenal cortex which we are going to discuss about. So if you see here, which I have mentioned you three layers here in the adrenal cortex: zona glomerulosa, zona fasciculata, zona reticularis. So all of these three layers has been explained. So now here we have completed about the adrenal cortex. So here two concentric layers has been there. They are adrenal cortex and adrenal medulla. So now we have discussed about this adrenal cortex. So now let us enter into adrenal medulla. So now let us discuss about adrenal medulla. So it is the inner part of adrenal gland. So if you see the diagram, so this is the adrenal cortex region. So this first layer, this is second layer, and this green color is the third layer, which contains, which constitutes to form the adrenal cortex, right? So this middle and the innermost region is called as medulla, right? So hence I have mentioned you here, it is the inner part of adrenal gland. And the hormones which are secreted from this adrenal medulla are epinephrine and norepinephrine. And this epinephrine and norepinephrine performs similar function. So what is that function? It is called as flight or fight response. So flight is nothing but to escape. Fight is nothing but to defend, right? So I am going to give you one best example about this response. For example, if you see a snake, then what will happen? Then you will prove yourself, either you have to fight with it or else you have to escape from that snake. So that is called as response, flight or fight response. Some response will be taken from your body, right? So flight is nothing but either you have to escape from that snake, or else fight is nothing but you have to defend that snake. Either you have to kill it or else either you have to throw it away. So that is nothing but flight or fight response, and that response, that feeling or as that emotion will be taken by this hormone called as epinephrine and norepinephrine, which is secreted from the adrenal medulla region of the adrenal gland, right? So let us discuss about the epinephrine firstly. So epinephrine is also called as adrenaline or as adrenaline. Okay, so it is given in the form of injections to the humans for the curing of the disease called as anaphylaxis, cardiac arrest, and asthma, right? And the side effects are very minor. I mean, it is called as minor side effects can be seen if the injections will be given. So what are those minor side effects? Like if you take shakiness, sweating, anxiety. So these are these normal small side effects which can be seen if the injections will be given to the human body. So this epinephrine, which is also called as adrenaline, is also present in the neurons. So neurons, if you see my previous video, I have explained you about the neurons and neurotransmitters. So the link will be given in the description box. So what happens? These neurons will secrete the neurotransmitters, right? So again, I'm going to take the same example. For example, if you see a snake, then immediately you will run away from there. So here your legs will start its functioning, where it starts running, right? It performs running function. So that will be done by these neurotransmitters. So this neurotransmitter will send the signal to the tissues. So here what is the tissue? The skeletal muscle which is present in the legs. So due to these neurotransmitters, the stimuli will show the response to run away from the snake, right? So this is the main function of the neurotransmitters. So it increases blood flow towards muscles from the heart, definitely, right? So for example, if you see that snake again, so again if you run away, then your heart will start its functioning where it will beat very high, the heart rate will be very high, right? So why? Because it increases the blood flow towards the muscle from the heart, right? So that's what we have mentioned here. The heart rate will be very much fast, and the function which will be exhibited by that epinephrine is called as flight or fight response, which I have said you. And coming to the norepinephrine, which is the second hormone. So norepinephrine is also called as noradrenaline. Okay, so it is also called as stress hormone, and it is also called as neurotransmitter. So just now I have explained you about the neurotransmitters, right? So once these neurotransmitters are released into the blood, then our brain will undergo the process of the stress. You can normally this norepinephrine, the major function of this norepinephrine is not only the flight or fight response, it also plays a major and vital role to inhibit the stress. The stress feeling, the stress emotion will be taken up by the hormone called as norepinephrine. It is also called as noradrenaline, which I have said you. So it mobilizes the brain and body action. So it mobilizes the brain in the sense the neurons will secrete these neurotransmitters towards the particular tissues, and the body action is nothing but once the neurotransmitter will be produced to the particular tissues, then the tissue will perform its functioning, either to run, either to sit, either to stand, like that way. So this release of norepinephrine will decreases during the sleep. I mean, if you sleep, then this norepinephrine release of the norepinephrine will be decreased, and during awakeness, I mean when you wake up, then the norepinephrine release will be high, and it will be very much high when, I mean, the release of norepinephrine will be very much high during stress and danger. That's nothing but the flight or fight response, which I have said you. For example, if you see a snake, or else if you see the kids, they will not do homework and they will go to college, and they will go to schools or college, then what will happen? They will get fear by seeing the lecturer, whether he will beat or whether he will scold. So the stress and danger will be done with that type of feeling, that type of emotion will be taken up by this hormone called as norepinephrine, right? And here in the case of brain, this norepinephrine will promote this type of symptoms, like if you take alertness, promotes vigilance, attention, increases the restlessness and anxiety. So if you say in the case of body, it increases the heart rate, it increases the blood pressure, it increases the release of glucose. So once the sugars or once the glucose, which is in the form of energy, will be released, then it will be sent towards the muscles such that you can run away from that snake, and it increases the blood flow towards the skeletal muscles, right? So once the blood flow is increased towards the skeletal muscles, then your muscles will get stronger such that you can move far away from the snake, where you can run, right? So it inhibits the voiding of bladder. Voiding of bladder is nothing but urination. You will urinate definitely. For example, if you see the snake again, what happens? Then for some time you will be good, but after escaping from the snake, then definitely you will urinate, right? It is a common symptom which will be done for every human being once you get fear. So that the type of emotion will also be taken up by this hormone called as norepinephrine, and it decreases the blood flow to the gastrointestinal system. So gastrointestinal system is nothing but, for example, if you take again the same example, like if you see the snake, then you will move far away from there, right? Then here it decreases the blood flow towards gastrointestinal system, in the sense it decreases the hungerness, right? So, and it also exhibits the flight or fight response, right? Which I have said to you, the epinephrine as well as the norepinephrine performs the same function called as flight or fight response. So this is about adrenal medulla. So now we have discussed about two concentric layers which are called as adrenal cortex and adrenal medulla. So adrenal cortex contains three sub layers, or as three zones, and this is the adrenal medulla, right? So this is just a subsection of this adrenal gland. So normally adrenal gland is present in the upper surface of the kidneys, both the kidneys, okay? So this is about the adrenal gland. So if you like my explanation, you can like this video, you can subscribe to my channel, and also press the bell icon for the latest updates. Thank you.